Welcome, goats, man, guys. Welcome to Digital Wealth Wednesdays. I hope everyone is having a phenomenal Wednesday. For all my investors, all my traders out there, I hope you are making money and get into that bag, guys. I am your host, the Digital Goat Man, and welcome, goats. Welcome, goats, to Digital Wealth Wednesdays, guys. If you don't know what this is an opportunity for you guys to dive into an average everyday person that has tackled the market, guys. And I'm pretty much giving you back what has helped me be successful in foreign exchange, in cryptocurrency, not limited to stocks. What I will say is that trading foreign exchange is universal, guys. What I mean is that you can apply the fundamentals and technicals to any market that's out there where you can trade currency, goods, commodities, things like that, guys. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into our topic today. So welcome, everybody. Let me go ahead and set my vibe because I have to, guys. Like, I just can't do this without music. So if it's bothering you, I'm sorry, but I gotta get in my presence and my mind, in my state of mind, in order to execute what I want to execute within the market. Now, guys, if you know already, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and say goats. Now, goats, you know already that within foreign exchange, there's only four sessions or four market sessions that you guys can trade, being the Tokyo, the London, the Asian, and the New York session. So right now we're in the Tokyo and the Sydney, excuse me. I always say that because it starts with an A. So right now we're in the Sydney session. We just opened up for the Tokyo or Asian session, guys. So what I want to talk about is something that has been helping me as a trader, as an investor, guys, that I think will help a lot of you guys. Now, this isn't the end all be all. Obviously, when we talk about, trading, we want to go into things that's a little bit more in depth, things that's going to put us in the right position, guys. So things that you learn is supposed to be a combination of all the above, right? You're going to use it as a resource, as a tool for you guys to be successful within the markets. Now, I'm going to start with GBP USD, one, because that's the pair I've been following, guys. And I spotted a couple of things that I wanted to talk about to, really illustrate what I'm going over today. So my topic of this discussion, guys, that's going to be today is double doji. So for many of you, you're probably like, what is a double doji? And before I move forward, I will say, guys, I will have tutorials on how to set up your trading account. I do have a special message at the end for you guys that stay on the whole entire time. But yeah, so if you're not familiar with this at all, just like write down notes. We'll tackle that later on because many of you, if this is your first time and you're just viewing this now, you may not even have a broker account set up. So we'll work with you on that, guys. I'm actually going to get that video set up this week to show you guys two brokers that I use. Now, you don't have to use them, but the system to set up these brokers are pretty much universal for the most part, especially since now cryptocurrency is a way that we actually deposit and withdraw our funds within these brokers. So if you don't have a broker account, this won't matter to you. But at the same time, if you're looking to learn foreign exchange, you definitely want to be here, guys. You definitely want to be here. So, and we're going to go into the market, right? And I hope you guys can see my screen. Let me make sure. All right, yeah, you guys should be able to see my screen. We're going to go into the market, right? First thing we need to do is a top-down analysis. We need to understand where we are in the market. We need to understand what the potentials may be. And those potentials may be things that you identify, such as candlestick patterns, trend patterns, seeing what news may be doing. And the number one thing that I think that's important now, which I didn't realize starting off as a trader, guys, is fundamentals within the market. So for you guys that are strong on fundamentals but lack the technicals, you probably are already familiar with Bloomberg TV. Now, Bloomberg, it puts you into other news categories that you probably didn't pay attention to because a lot of us are so used to seeing CNN or pretty much garbage news, or when the president is talking, any, big major headline news like that, right? Well, there's news channels, guys, that talks about finances, or there may be a news channel that may cover something that's important in finances that you guys can use and apply to this very market. But we'll get into all that later on. I want to just focus on our topic today, guys, and maybe us look at a potential trade setup for us to take for the rest of this week, guys. So let's get into it now. Top-down analysis. What does that mean? Well, pretty much I have to start from where the market is at, guys, like I just explained, and work my way back or work my way forward, however you're going to do it, guys, to figure out what may be the best movements in the market, or what the market may potentially be doing. Now, if we look on the weekly time frame, you can see that the market has been selling off. If you don't know what a market looks like selling off, this is exactly what it looks like selling off, guys, which means that it is in a downtrend. If you're confused by the boxes, the blue and, for me, blue and gray squares or rectangles, you don't know what those are, guys, those are candlestick patterns. And that's how we use that information to pretty much pinpoint an exact entry that we want based off of price, based off of what those candles are doing. Now, if you look at this, I turned it to a line chart, right? To really depict that, the British pound, or excuse me, the pound sterling. I'm trying to be professional now, guys. And I follow my guy, Tom and Jonathan, off of Bloomberg. So they say pound sterling. So that's what I'm gonna say, right? The pound sterling, right? If you look at it, guys, it's been falling, and every time it has been falling, it's come back up to a certain point where I wanted to pretty much collect money and bring the market down, guys. So undoubtedly, we can sit here and say that on the weekly time frame, because that's what time frame we're on the weekly time frame, the market for GBP, USD, or pound sterling against the United States dollar, or what most people know it as is British pound, guys. But again, I'm trying to be professional like these guys. It's been in a downtrend, right? It's been breaking these low points in the market, these low points, and it's been somewhat returning to it a certain percentage and then bringing the market down, guys. Now, maybe you don't know what the percentages are that it's returned, but again, these were potential entries to sell the market. So if you're a stock trader, if you're a stock investor, not a stock trader, you may think that you can only make money when the market is going up. Absolutely not, guys. Foreign exchange, cryptocurrency, stock options, you can make money going up or down. So somebody took advantage of all this points, or all this money that was pretty much dished out by the banks, which, obviously they took some people's money in order to carry the momentum down, but they made all this money potentially, guys, in order for the market to start retracing, in order for the market to sell off. And then now we have to find a point where the market may be halting or looking for a reversal, or what we just saw, another pullback. If you look right here, guys, we haven't had a major pullback right here, or a retest, such as what you saw right here, right? So you saw that, the market broke this low, came back up. Same thing down here. Market broke this low, hasn't returned yet. Is it going to return now? We don't know. That's what we're here to figure out, guys. If we can find a position that will let us know, is the market ready to return? Because clearly we're seeing that the market is selling, but we have a whole lot of areas, or a whole lot of lows in the market, guys, that the market can return to. Now, I don't want to talk you guys head off about, uptrends, downtrends. I just have to go over that because that's just what I do, guys. I do that subconsciously. So I have to talk about that stuff when I'm going over the market, right? So this is a weekly time frame. We understand that we've been in a downtrend. Do we have the possibility for an uptrend, or are we in continuation? Now, when I break down it to a daily time frame, at that time, guys, I'm trying to pretty much establish my higher time frame areas of resistance, my higher time frame areas of support, right? Knowing that, support can be broken, turns into resistance. Resistance can be broken, turned into support, guys. Understand that, right? So let me go ahead and draw out. Where are we at? 50. I don't like that. Super big like that. Yeah. So let me find my most recent level of support, guys, right? And if you look at it, this is probably your most recent level. As you see, guys, price broke below that a little bit. This is a daily time frame, so we don't have enough information to say that, price is ready to continue down. But as far as the momentum, yeah, I would say that price is looking to come down. The only thing is, for me, I don't want to get caught with my pants down trying to sell the market, and the market is ready to do some type of a retest or some type of recovery in order to continue going in that direction, right? So this will be on my support zone, guys, right? This is the most immediate support zone that I have to it, that I recognize within the market, guys. And if you look to the left, when we go back out, right? If we just scale back out real quick, we can see that, oh man, we have support all the way over here as well. Crazy how that works. Now, support is pretty much areas where you're looking to buy. Resistance is areas that you're looking to sell, guys. So if this support is valid, we may have a buy opportunity. If the resistance is still valid from this point and then it's pushing the market down, guys, this support structure is only pretty much a temporarily pullback in order to keep the market in that direction, right? Now, I changed this to Hakanashi, where you guys may be like, well, why do these candles look like that? These candles measure momentum, and as we can see, the momentum has definitely been strong to the downside. Will it continue? We're here to find that out. I will say that, guys, this is the month that I do believe that pound sterling and euro, pretty much the euro and pound sterling, anything dealing with Europe currency is looking to pretty much take a trip to the upside or a buy up. We just have to find that time because, again, I follow economics. And I follow what the the European Central Bank says, the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, banks like that, guys, pretty much what these big wigs are talking, these presidents of these banks are talking about, right? So let me go back to a candlestick pattern because that's going to be our topic, guys. We're going to go over a candlestick pattern that may put you in the right direction within the market. And you can take, I've proved it to be guaranteed, guys. And why I say guaranteed, not because it guarantees you wins, but that it will help you understand if it violates this pattern, you're in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? So being able to have the ability to see that, guys, that, man, I'm in the wrong direction. So if I'm already losing money, I can close out my position, jump back in with the pullback, guys, and make my money back first, and then obviously start making gains. So that's the one thing that I like about this. I don't want to say strategy, I want to say technique, but I feel like anybody could identify it. Now, on the weekly, this is the best image that I can have of what I want to show you guys today. It's called a double doji. Now, this could be bearish, this can be bullish, right? And it's normally, this is how you want to see it, guys. This is probably the better pattern that I would like to, really show people the better style of it, because it pops up all over, but you have to be able to identify that. And there's certain rules to it, guys. There's conditions that need to be met in order for this specific pattern to be validated, right? So if you look at this, guys, and by the time you see it, it'll probably be like down here or something, or made an aggressive move. But because you identified it, you could just wait for a pullback and then get in. So this is a bearish double doji. Let me go ahead and label that, right? Now, this is of my own design, guys. I didn't. Now, a doji is a real thing within the market. So if you don't know candlesticks, you'll still be confused about this. But a double doji is not talked about, but it does exist, guys, right? Bearish double doji. The reason why it's bearish is because the market started selling after that. Bears meaning that we're selling in the market, guys. Bulls meaning that we're buying in the market. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Pretty easy to identify that. So, but what's so important about this is that when you identify this, right? When you identify this pattern, especially on a higher time frame, this gives you so much more. And I just pretty much figured this out this year with this pattern. This gives you so much opportunity to continue selling or buying the market, right? Now it's bearish because the last candle. So these are the candles that you want to focus on, guys. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, there we go. So these two candles right here, right? Now, in foreign exchange, guys, nothing will be the same. Or in trading period, nothing will be the same. It will never just look the same, but it'll be close enough. It'll be close enough that you damn near can taste it, right? So the reason why this is a bearish double doji is, one, again, the market is selling. But guys, the conditions for this pattern to be valid is that it needs to be at the top of a key. For all my basketball players, you know what the top of the key means, like at the highest point, right? And if you don't know basketball, I'm sorry, yo, you should have learned it when you was younger, but top of the key, right? So when we back out in this market, guys, can we understand that this market, well, this pattern is at a pretty high zone, or the top of the key, right? That's what we're going to call that. I like that. We're going to use that from now on. Top of the key, right? And the reason why I say top is because even though we have a wick, which is, pretty much a major liquidity move, which this was a bank entry, definitely. Even though we have a wick, guys, understand that the pattern is higher than pretty much this liquidity over here, right? When you have a candle close, you want that better on the opposite side of a wick. That pretty much, not all the time, guys, and I don't want to say anything is like concrete, but that pretty much solidifies that, okay, if it closes and starts going the opposite direction, the banks grab the money they were looking for to bring the market up or down, whatever the case may be, right? Everybody understand that. So when we dive back into it, we see that this is the highest point, that structure closed, because again, guys, if I turn this to a line chart, you see this is the highest point, right? You see that even though there was a line or a wick up here, and I'm gonna talk like everybody knows how to trade already. If you don't know how to trade and this is your first time viewing, like I said, guys, please subscribe so that way I can help you. And again, at the end of this call, I'm gonna drop an announcement, guys, for everybody to benefit off of that. So, right, you see there's no wick or there's no line like we just saw with that candlestick pattern. So this is the highest point, right? Because this doesn't exist as far as the line chart matters, right, guys? So at that point, this was the highest point. Now, if this was a bullish double doji, I would need to have seen it on the lowest point. But the great thing about this pattern, guys, is that it can be identified for like continuation. It could be identified for a reversal. This is not considered a reversal pattern, but I mean, hell, when you just back out to this, you see it at its highest point. Is that not a reversal in the market, guys? For all my traders out there, absolutely. So the neat thing is that we can pretty much make money off of this move. We don't know how long, but we have our parameters set, guys. Obviously, you know, as more data unfolds, we'll start understanding, okay, is price breaking structure? Is it doing these points? You know, things like that, guys, right? So it started selling from this point. So if this was a bullish double doji, I would need to have seen it in the reverse. I would have needed to have seen it like at the bottom, and I need to see a retest, guys, right? So let's hone back in again, right? What's important about this is that people fail to realize, like, don't just spot the double doji and be like, oh man, digital goat, man, I spot the double doji. Like, no, man, you need a retest. Everybody knows within trading, you need some type of retest, guys. So if I just move this over here, right? You see that with this doji, with this bearish or selling candle, however you want to say, this double doji, the market retested probably 50%. Now, if you're new to fibs, we'll break that down a little bit later, but I believe that I do have, and I'll probably try to tag it in here when I edit it, guys, a video that I talked about how I use Fibonacci. If you don't know what Fibonacci is, then we got a ways to go, but it's not impossible, guys. I believe that I can simplify where everybody can understand this. So anybody that bakes, understand you have a measuring cup, right? Or cup. You have a measuring cup. That measuring cup is in fractions, right? Now take out the fractions, replace it with percentages, right? Because it's pretty much the same thing, percentages and decimals, right? So within that percentage, the market needs to respect a certain percentage that we already know what percentages that the market needs to retrace or retest in order to continue in that direction. It has to respect that, meaning that it has to hit one of those points and reject it or close at it and then bring a selling or a buying candle, you know, if the case we were buying, right, to validate this pattern, right? That's the most important. This thing could have 100% retest, a 786 retest, 618. At the least, we need to see a 50%. You can get away with the 382, but I wouldn't trust that because that's a shallow retracement. I always teach my students, guys, that the market, you need to retrace 38 to 50%. I am going to respect 50% more than I respect 382 unless I see a momentum push, right? Now, momentum push would have been something like this where I would accept it. Like if we go down here, it probably came up 38% of this move. Let's see. 50%. I mean, that's what you want to see, especially on a higher time frame, guys. You want to use your measuring cup to identify that, okay, if this pattern is valid, right? I need to measure that one candle because this entire move happened within a week's time frame. So that means either consolidation happened, a downtrend happened, an uptrend happened, whatever the case may be. You'll know when the candle closes for that day or that week, and you just measure it, guys. So you can continue to measure the percentage of candles as more data is being formed in order to validate, okay, Is this a 38% retest? If it is, then I may not want to take this trade in that direction and see if it has the opportunity to come higher or lower. You see what I'm saying, guys? Pretty self-explanatory from there. Hold on, guys. People messaging me, my bad, guys. But anyway, so now that we pretty much have this pattern in our minds, right? Understand, you can find double dojis anywhere. Now, from the height, the thing that I want to illustrate about this, guys, is that when you identify this, when the market returns, because it will turn around, and when you see it start to turn around, guys, that's pretty much telling you that it's coming back up to that double doji. Now, that double doji can do one or two things. It can retest. It can retest, which it will be an aggressive move, guys. I mean aggressive. Like anytime I find a double doji and it retests, it has some type of wick retest when it wants to retest again, right? To retest pretty much this zone. So for you guys that may be like, what are you talking about retest? So yes, we had a retest to bring the market all the way down here. Now, if the market decides to pretty much reverse from here or reverse from here, you know, if it decides to, guys, we can look at the market that if it starts making its way up here, I already know where it's headed because I have a pattern that pretty much has been solidified where the market will come up here. It will come up here. It just depends on, will it break this or will it respect this zone and treat this still as a selling market or a level of resistance? I would like to think that it's going to treat this market still as like a selling market, guys, when it comes back up here. But understand, it's going to be aggressive. So it could pop up a little bit higher. Just know that it's going to be aggressive. It has done this every time, guys. Like I have back tested this technique every time, and that doesn't mean that okay, when it pops back up here, it'll reverse and oh man, now I have like a 300,000 pip move. I don't even know if that's legit, or a 30,000 pip move, especially like on GBP USD. No, but that does give you an opportunity to say that okay, if I know that this pattern exists and that this is on a weekly time frame and I may get a selling opportunity because of this bearish double doji, I have the opportunity to be patient and have an alert up here, set up, see how high it reaches and sell from that point. Now, obviously you won't be spot on all the time, guys. You know, trading isn't that like, I mean, you can get as sharp as you can, guys, but you'll never be spot on. You just have to be at the right place. That's the biggest thing, being at the right place, right? So what I want to show you guys is another double doji that I would consider a double doji. Well, I really would consider this a double top, but you can still, you know, highlight this as a double doji right here, guys, right? So right here. Now, again, it looks in different forms, but what I look for is, did it play out the way that I would be looking for, right? So if this is a double doji, or you could treat this as a double top for you guys, I don't know. A double top is pretty much an M pattern, guys. So I can kind of draw it out real quick, how this market probably looks if, you know, we were to break it down at this resistance. Probably looks something like this as an M pattern. See what I'm saying? Double top right here, guys. Pretty much 2 points that the market, we already know what the market is supposed to do with 2 points, right? Respecting a level of resistance, especially on a higher time frame. That's pretty much what that is doing, but it's giving you the same example as a double doji. Now, when I spot this, again, remember the key factor that I said, guys, it needs to be at the top of a key. This is at the top of a key, but it's at the top of the key with money behind it, or liquidity or equity behind it, guys, right? So for me, when I identify that, the one thing that I want to make sure is that, okay, am I alone? Am I at the top of the key alone, where the only thing I have to do is respect this income up, this money up here, pretty much where this wick is at, guys? Only thing I have to do is respect this structure or this wick up here? Or does the market has the possibility to climb higher because there's money left over? And guys, there's a whole lot of money left over if we were to make it all the way up here. You understand what I'm saying, guys, right? So this true, in fact, is a double doji. Now, I probably wouldn't have spotted like that, because the better move that I like to see is like this, literally a doji. you can count this as a doji versus just like big candle, but I would rather see it like this. I'm just giving you guys a representation that even if you don't see it like this all the time, it happening in the same, almost the same fashion, you got your retest. That's all you needed to make sure that, okay, yeah, this market is safe to sell for X amount of pips. I obviously want to go to a level of support to get out, level or a level of demand, something like that, guys, right? Right? Everybody understand that, right? Now that we've done that, I want to focus on our support, right? Now that we've got the pattern kind of in our hand, because the pattern can only be validated if it has a retest, has to be of that candle, of that bearish candle. So that bearish candle or bullish candle, if it's going up, it can be 100%, 78%, 61%, 50%, 38%, you're getting into a dangerous territory, because that could be a shallow retracement. The market can blow past your entry, go 120%, and then, you know, reverse how you would like, or you're just completely in the wrong direction. Because I don't want you guys to get fooled that every time you see this, you're like, oh man, double doji. It needs to look something like this, guys. I really want to emphasize that it really needs to be at the top of the key for the best chances. But you'll be able to find this exact pattern on all time frame, guys, all time frames, right? Now let's go to the market at hand, right? Daily time frame. There was some news. I know we had FOMC this afternoon, guys, just a report that came out. I thought it was going to be a meeting, but again, guys, like I said, I follow Bloomberg, a lot of these guys, and I find it, you know, intriguing what these guys are saying about the economy. Because the one thing that I see that a lot of us don't know is that, man, while inflation was going high, I could have been trading, right? Or investing. All I had to do was buy the dollar physically. Well, when gas was getting ridiculously fucking high, all I had to do was buy oil. Now, some people may say, man, I can't afford that stuff. You figure out what you want to afford, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing's going to change the benefit you unless you put forth the effort. You see what I'm saying? So you figure out what costs too much. Me, I rather, you know, learn, get a little bit of knowledge now that I know this information, use that information within the market to combat against high inflation, high energy costs, high food consumption, high goods, things like that, guys, right? So daily time frame, we have our level of support. So really at the 4 hour, 1 hour, that's where you're looking to kind of get a good depiction of what the market is trying to show you guys. Right here, this is a support structure. The one thing that I love seeing that the market loves to do is give people the false perception that it's ready to buy or sell at a certain point, then swoop people down, having them believe that the market is continuing that direction just to bring the market the opposite direction, what they intended to do in the first place. Very common amongst banks, guys. So if you just look at this support structure right here, and I'm gonna show you guys in a better way because it just makes sense, right? Let me see. The line chart. Let me make that black. All right, so you see how price touched this area, 1, 2, shot up, right? That was a very good move to shoot up, guys. I mean, that was money pretty much on the table right there. If you look at it, how many pips? 155 pips, guys, right? 155 pips to wipe pretty much the buyers out if they didn't get in. So they wiped the buyers out, guys. Now, are they looking to wipe out sellers? We're not going to get into a whole bunch of volume and things like that because, again, our topic was just focusing on that double doji, guys. But again, let's see if we can identify a pattern that will maybe tell us, is the market ready to reverse, or is the market ready to collect some liquidity, or if the market is still continuing in that direction, guys. The only way you're going to be able to do that is with candlestick patterns, because just looking at a line chart, unless you're going to be the break and retest guy or girl, I don't see that playing too well for you to pinpoint. What we're trying to do is, yes, we use the fundamentals to get the overall movement of the market, but we use technicals to pinpoint how can I get in this market at this exact time without losing a bunch of money or putting me in the best position to make a bunch of money, guys. Again, you won't know everything. Nothing is concrete when it comes to trading, guys, but that's why we hone in, and that's why we do this back testing and gain knowledge and look at these data points in order to make a decision within the market that will pretty much pay us out. So I don't really see too much going on the 4 hour. Again, guys, the dollar is not even open right now. If you're American, I believe that you definitely need to be focusing on your country's currency, which is the DXY, guys, right here, real quick. So if you see, there's a timer that's underneath this price. Price has not opened up yet. So physically the dollar is closed. That's why you have this like subtle movement within the market right now, guys. So that's what we're waiting for. We're pretty much waiting for 8 o'clock to kind of present itself. Everything else is open, you know what I'm saying? As far as like British pound, all these other currencies are open. It's just that the dollar's not open. Dollar is such a major impact on the world, guys, is that when it opens, definitely all these other currencies react. So 4 hour, I don't really see much. I see the start of potential momentum to push the market up, guys. But let's see, 3 hour, don't see nothing, still not. I'm just seeing consolidation right now, guys, which is kind of good because consolidation within a medium to high time frame sometimes signifies reversal. It does a break, retest, reversal, guys, right? So if we just box this up, excuse me, I'm gonna box this up because I don't know what the consolidation pattern is going to be, when the breakout is going to happen. But pretty much when you get to a position like this and you're like, well, I don't know what to do, I normally tend people follow the last move, but again, we're in consolidation. If you know how to break it down to smaller time frames, you may be able to find the trend starting, and then, you know, just understand there may be an aggressive retest when the market opens at 8 o'clock to put you in the best position, right? So I'm not seeing nothing, still consolidation, but I like that I'm seeing consolidation because that can be a move that the bank is looking to make in order to bring the market up, guys. So let me turn it to candles, right? Okay, so you kind of get a better viewpoint. It's not showing you a lot because, again, it says candlesticks, right? But a better viewpoint right here. Now, I think this is what I identified, which I wanted to show you guys this because I think it's important that you guys see this. Right here is a double doji. It's a bullish double doji, actually. Now, you may be confused, being like, well, Antoine, how is it a bullish double doji? Didn't you say it needs to be at the top or the bottom of a key? This is pretty much at the bottom of a key. Now, the only reason I can validate this is, again, I know candlestick patterns, guys. So within this double doji, let me turn this gold. Within this bullish double doji, until proven otherwise, and as far as we've seen so far, it's been proven us correct, right? Now, how do we know that, right? I know you guys aren't talking in the chat right now, or maybe you are, but how do we know that, right? Let me bullish. Right here. Again, pattern looks familiar is what we just identified, guys, right? Now you're starting to see that, man, this makes a little bit more sense seeing it like this. The only reason why I respect this double doji with pretty much liquidity or, you know, money behind it, guys, because this is money, is because there's already another buying pattern or a bullish pattern that has pretty much validated pushing the market up. You see what I'm saying? So this market has pushed up. How do we know? Let's turn it to a line chart, guys. How do we know if a market is pushing up no matter the time frame? Well, if you just look at it, what the market is supposed to do is it's supposed to break out of a high. So if we look right here, there was probably a high right here, right? Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Let's see. There was a high. That's the only thing about line charts is that, you know, you won't see it as clearly. I mean, you see it clearly, but candlesticks, because the market does push down there, you'll be able to see it a little bit easier. So really our high is right here. Let's go down to like a 15-minute just to kind of show you guys, because I want you guys to see this, like, not in real time, but like how to make sense of this stuff, right? Okay, so yeah, This was a high. You see the market retested it. Matter of fact, twice. It actually on the 15-minute time frame created a new level of support right there, right? Or new position to buy. So even if you were a scalper, you would have loved the opportunity to take advantage of this. Why? Is because you would have made a couple of pips. Let's see how many pips you would have made. So if I bought from this position, currently you would have been up anywhere from 30 to 37 pips right now. You know what I'm saying? Just from this small buying opportunity, guys. That's not saying that this buy opportunity is validated and it's going to stay like that. But as far as us trying to figure out what may be happening early on, yes, it's validating what we want to see. So it's validating that double doji that we pretty much have marked off. Now, in order to validate again, guys, that the market is still bullish or bearish, just like I showed you guys on the opposite side, we want to see price break out of these highs. What we saw on the selling opportunity side was price breaking out of the lows. My bad, guys. Brain fart right there. But right here, again, guys, any high made in the market, guys, the market is going to respect that. You don't know when it's going to return there, but it will, guys. Look, break, retest. Instead, it wanted to collect that, still pushed it up. Okay, now we have a high right here, break. And again, when you're on a line chart, it won't be exact. I would love to tell you like, yeah, man, it's going to be spot on. Maybe, maybe not. But that's what the candles are for, guys, because it'll help you see these wicks that are made in the market, guys, right? So far, so good, especially since we turn it back to a candlestick chart and it's showing us a bullish momentum, guys, right? Same thing over here. High. We haven't had our break of this high yet, right? I mean, yeah, we haven't had our break of this high. So pretty much this high right here, and let me turn this because y'all don't want to see this high right here. This high right here hasn't been retested, but again, follow what the market is doing, guys. This high has been retested right here, or one of these highs right here. These highs haven't been broken out of to be retested yet, guys. So, but as far as we're seeing, so far so good, right? So far so good, right? So that's how we would validate if we started seeing price break these areas, return back to it, start shooting up again. That's how we would validate that pretty much we have buy opportunities, or otherwise known as an uptrend or a bullish momentum within the market, guys, right? Pretty self-explanatory, right? Pretty easy to identify. Nothing that's going to be earth shattering, nothing that's going to have somebody like, wow, I think I got it. But to have something as simple as this, guys, in your toolkit, in your arsenal, to be able to identify it when I see it. So I don't want everybody to go hunting for this, but I want you guys to be able to see it on your own, especially like within consolidation, because you can find potentials within consolidation in order to ride it on the breakout early before the break and retest. I'm the guy that tries to find it early. I'll be honest, guys, through my journey, that has sometimes bitten me in the butt, but I'm more proficient because I know better within this market. Double doji right here, guys. Market did sell. So the market could come back up here, retest this, then break up out of here, whatever the market wants to do. But again, I would like to see it at the top of a key with nothing like behind it like this. When there's structure behind this, to me, this is resistance that can be broken, right? Let me show you guys just to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's resistance that can be broken to me personally, right? So I wouldn't respect this as low it is in the market as like a bearish double doji. It did do what it was supposed to do. So on the hour time frame, if somebody caught this, let's see, you would have made 70, almost 80 pips. You know what I'm saying? That's a good move. I wouldn't have said that was the bad move, but I know what I'm looking for. I don't like to put myself in positions where, you know, you get comfortable because you see profit, then you go, you know, walk away and you come back, you're like, dude, why is all my thing in red? So now you don't even know what's going on anymore. You see what I'm saying? So I like the best probability for that, guys. Now with this bullish double doji, right? Let's see what percentage this market retests, because that is very important to pretty much validate this pattern. But also, if this pattern gets violated, we know that this market, if this pattern gets violated, and I don't mean like And what I mean by violated, it's like price just starts breaking through this, just starts shooting down and breaking through all this and doesn't have like a rejection. We now know that the market is pretty much selling or continuing to sell off, and we're on the wrong side, guys. But look, the market only retested 23% of this. Wait, hold up. Am I doing this? No. Yeah, I was doing that right. I'm tripping. Every time, never fails. But anyway, because I'm moving you measure it in a direction you're trying to go, guys. So since I'm trying to look for buys, I will measure it, with the market going up. So if you look at this candle, guys, again, this is our measuring cup, and we have to look at what percentage that the market came back to us. If we look at it, the market only came back 23%. Now, because this is so small and there is momentum behind it, it could be valid, but this is what I'm saying, guys. You may have opportunities where something like this may be valid, but keep an eye out when you identify the pattern, because it hasn't retested 50% or 618 or 786. So a move like this could be like another 76 pip move in order, or 34 pip move in order to grab the market down here and then flip it up, guys. You see what I'm saying? Just because we haven't had a retest. Again, the market is never going to be precise and on point, but when you have the expectancy and you're expecting for the market to do a certain thing, and it may do it early, like a little bit early, and you're like, okay, I made room for error for that, or I won't always have the quote unquote sniper entry or the correct entry all the time for that. You see what I'm saying, guys? Still, if it's validated, it's validated. I don't see this market, coming back down here, but again, because I identified a bullish double doji, I would like to see it return 50%. But again, that's if it decides to come back down. I won't stress myself trying to figure out if it's coming down 50% or not. What I would do is leave an alert. But the biggest thing for me is that, will it break these highs? Because again, with this momentum right here, the price could pretty much shoot up here, come back down and retest, and then break out, right? So many options, and I know that may seem like a lot to somebody, but again, guys, when you spend time in this market, your mind will be programmed to think like that. Okay, what may be the routes that it would like to take in order to confuse me as the retail investor or the retail trader within the market? Hold on, guys, my music is off. And we went through that whole thing. I was about to say. All right, so this is consolidation, guys. So I don't really see no opportunity until we get some momentum, and we have 8 o'clock. I'm looking at my screen right now until 8 o'clock comes out. So let's look at GBP JPY because the Tokyo session is open. We'll come back to GBP USD real quick, guys, after we look at this, because I was looking at GBP JPY and I was looking at the same possibility. Now, again, guys, top-down analysis. We just start off. I think this may be one that I've already worked with. Yeah, I still have markups on it, but we're just going to get rid of those because it really doesn't matter, guys. So again, same thing, top-down analysis. If I'm looking at this, what type of trend am I looking at this to be? I'm looking at this to be an uptrend. The market has been buying since, wow, March of 2020. That's crazy. That is crazy. March 16 of 2020. Why didn't I know this? Huh. So pretty much from the pandemic, well, no, they were already selling. My bad, guys. When I start seeing stuff, it brings curiosity to me, and I'm like, well, why did that happen? But anyway, guys, so we've been buying. We've been in an uptrend for pound sterling, Japanese yen, guys. GJ is what, I'm used to calling it as a reference source. British pound, Japanese yen, right? So top-down analysis, weekly time frame. Now, if we look on the weekly time frame, guys, we're looking at pretty much some patterns that have been identified but this candle is still open. So anytime you see an open candle on a weekly, daily, 4-hour time frame, hell, any open candle that hasn't closed, don't think that that pattern is that pattern if that candle hasn't closed. We have 1 day for this weekly candle to close, and it can completely turn into a whole bullish candle, and now people are looking crazy. You see what I'm saying, guys? But if we look at the overall move, guys, if we look at the overall move, price has definitely been bullish. It has actually been creating a channel to the upside, and I don't think there's any, I don't think it's broken that yet. Let me see. You're probably like, what is a channel? Guys, there's so many tools. We're gonna definitely go over that. How much time I got left? Okay, we're definitely gonna go over stuff like that, guys, like all the tools that you can use that are it just helps you, one, feel more concrete, you know, about your decision in the market, but helps you kind of get a bird's eye view, like, okay, if price is riding this channel or things like that, then I may be able to see what price may do, you know what I'm saying, once it breaks this. Almost treating it as a diagonal consolidation, or, you know, diagonal range in market, you know what I'm saying? So right here, price is getting all jumbled up. I do believe that price is trying to be bullish still, because the only information that we have is that price has been bullish since March 2020, right? Looks like it's been trying to sell, bring some heavy sellers into the market. So you have resistance right there. You do. That's definitely true. But you also have support right here, guys, right? So you can use this to pretty much trap the market. Now, me, again, guys, I try to catch it early on so I can stay ahead, you know, ahead of everybody else. But if we just look at the basic structure of foreign exchange, now, this market has momentum behind it. So it retested this position, the area that it broke out. Now we have a position where the market is actually, we have the part where the market is actually, you know, made its way all the way down here, which was another level of support on a smaller time frame. Right here with this wick. Never look at a wick like it's not support or resistance, because on a smaller time frame, it is definitely a candle. Let's look at this real quick. Okay, wick rejection right here. All right. On the daily time frame. So you see how we pretty much trapped this market, guys, and then all those pretty much ugly lines that we had at the top, they're pretty much gone. So it gives you a better picture now that you're looking at it on a daily time frame, right? Now, I would definitely say that this market is probably selling down at this point. If you just look at it on a daily time frame, it looks like it wants to create a potential M pattern. You have the momentum right here. So I can see this market coming down at least to this point, right? Let's look at that. Let's hone in on that. I could see that, because now we're in a range. We're not really at a point where the market is telling us, hey, this is the direction I want to travel. But you see, when you get down to smaller time frame, guys, the market starts looking different, right? It starts looking different. We do have structure right here, all the way right here. We have a retest right here. We have a retest right here. That is structure within the market that constitutes a potential buy zone. Did the market start buying when it, you know, from this point? Absolutely, guys. Now, one thing that I can see is that this is the 4-hour candle, and if the market decides to shoot up from here, right, and get aggressively bullish or start buying up, if that candle closes bullish, and well, if that candle closes bullish, this candle would be like a 3-candle pattern. Whenever you have a 3-candle pattern, guys, you can look for a certain percentage retest within that market, guys. So yeah, I could definitely see this thing spiking up, maybe coming up to this position. But again, we have a lot of liquidity when it comes, or pretty much a lot of money up here when it comes to wicks. I can see the market trying to actually respect this resistance. But again, we started off on the weekly time frame, so we don't want to confuse ourselves with what direction the market was already traveling. The only thing we want to see, is it trying to drive lower for a buyer in position and we have the opportunity to catch the sell, or did it already dive low you know, to sell, or is it diving up in order to, you know, sell the market again, guys? You see what I'm saying? So let me break this down to an hour, because we only have 9 minutes left of this hour candle, and I kind of want to see what it's showing me. So I like this. with consolidation. If this is consolidation, this market should break out to the upside. I can see a potential reversal pattern right here, guys, maybe. But if it did start doing it, all we would need is a break and then define our position, guys, right? So I'm not going to overthink this, because the one thing that I did establish is that we had a buying pattern right here, right? Excuse me. If you don't know what this is a tweezer top, spelt like this, guys. I mean, tweezer bottom, excuse me. Tweezer. Yeah, I know there's a lot there's a lot of stuff out there, right? So I'm sure somebody's like, man, you just talked about, like, I don't make these names up besides the double doji, only because like doji actually exists. But yes, you can look this up. There is a tweezer bottom out there that you guys can utilize, and it signifies a buying pattern. Now, again, guys, higher the time frame, truer the direction. If you look at this market, this is a 4-hour time frame. So me seeing this, only knowing that we have an hour left, yeah, I can see the market definitely trying to buy up. But again, I won't just outright be like, oh man, the market's about to buy up. One, guys, it's 7:51 right now. It's about to be 8 o'clock. You never buy when it's the top of, you never enter the market when it's the top of an hour, guys. And you never enter the market pretty much at every half hour, right? Because there's reactions in that market. Now, again, sometimes you forget, you know what I'm saying? Or if your position is valid, you rather take it for the position because you've been waiting on that position, so you don't care. But again, guys, these are just little small, tips for you guys to utilize, so that way you're not putting yourself, because the biggest thing that destroys like a trader or an investor, guys, is that they enter too early, see the market start wilding because they didn't use proper risk management. They take themselves out of the trade because they just see them, oh man, I'm down $20. Well, what lot size did you use? Like, where's your stop loss at, yo? How much money do you have in your account? If you can't handle seeing a drawdown of $20, $30, $100, you're probably over leveraging, guys. You see what I'm saying? So excuse me, we're pretty much waiting on the market to finish forming right here, but I could start breaking it down to smaller time frames and pretty much get sense of it, guys. Last thing we saw was bullish momentum. Right here we have consolidation. I do validate that when I see consolidation, especially on a smaller time frame, that price is probably going to respect that direction. All right, let's look at it on the 30-minute. Yeah, I like it. So what I'm going to do, I know guys can't take this, and it's kind of unfortunate because, well, y'all could take this. I'm gonna give you guys parameters. You find your position. So this would be an area that I would like to buy the market at, guys, right here, 162, 150. Now, again, I'm just telling you guys where I plan on buying. I'm not a financial advisor, so any trade idea that you guys take from me or direction that you guys get from me, you're taking it of your own accord, knowing what you want to do with the market, using your own parameters, proper risk management, things like that, guys. Right? And if you don't have a broker set up, again, guys, give me a second to do this, and then give me a second to do this, and we'll talk about, you guys, what's my announcement that I got. All right, goats. All right. Man, GJ just crazy, like how many pips that you can get with GJ. That's crazy to me. So if I was going to take this trade, guys, It would be somewhere around here. Obviously, I'm not going to enter now because it's about to be the top of an hour. So I'm gonna wait till what 8 o'clock shows me. But this is what I'm looking at. Again, this is probably the most that I'm gonna do for for my parameters as far as like my stop guys and my stop and my take profit. So my take profit would be like 237 pips, which is that's crazy to me. Like it still baffles me that DJ moves like this. Yeah, 238 pips. 29 pips. So for me, I would definitely have my my risk to reward set up to where my parameters are below any form of structure. We've had a level of pretty much resistance turn to support. Price could push down here, guys. Us knowing that price could push down here, try to wipe people out real quick. But again, everything's a patient game. So me, I'm not taking the trade right now, but once it crosses my threshold, probably on like a 30-minute to like hour time frame, I'm pretty much good to go. You know what I'm saying? I just need to see that it does that instead of just enter prematurely. And then from there, guys, I mean, when we just look at the potential, look at the potential. I mean, we already started off on a daily time frame, so I mean a weekly time frame. So if this is actually making its way even higher, or to our target, guys, you have opportunity for pretty much way more pips, way more points than you thought initially, guys. I could see this potentially being a morning star right here. But again, I don't try to overanalyze the market. I just do what the market shows me. I collect the data, guys, and use that information. Understand, we did already say that one, price could swing down here, but the overall move has still been bullish. It hasn't broken strong low points to identify that price is not bullish. You see what I'm saying, guys? So let's look at GU. I didn't give parameters for that. Well, let me look at GJ, guys. And this will be your parameters, guys. So make your adjustments when you need. Enter the market when you're ready to enter, guys. So if you feel like 8 o'clock is too early, that's what I would tell you. So for me, I'm looking at a buy position for GBP USD. I mean GBP JPY. Once it breaks my threshold, because again, you see somebody would have been in drawdown, which you can always break it down, guys. There's always a high that the market is coming back to. We already established this. And if it's not coming back to a high, then it's obviously coming back to a level of support. You know what I'm saying? In order to validate that market. So if it wanted to come back down here because support is down here, it could do that. It can do whatever it wants. But as far as we see, the momentum is to the upside, guys. Let's look at this. As far as 45-minute is concerned, yeah, momentum is to the upside, just like what I thought. So use that information, guys. Let me push this. I don't have no way to really push this for you guys. Let me see. I mean, you would just have to watch the video and take a picture or whatever and see what measurements I did for you guys to have your target. So again, we may be aiming for like 200 pips. It doesn't mean that the market is going to go 200 pips. So, pretty much get in where you fit in, guys. And if the market starts violating us, as far as like, heading down to our stop loss, close early instead of waiting for it to hit your stop loss. Now, if you over leverage or if you end up not doing something, then yeah, it'll hit your stop loss without you knowing. But if you can prevent it, I like to cut my losses early versus like just stare it in the face. You know what I'm saying? I used to do that like when I first started, just look at my losses. Like, now, yeah, if you expect the market to do what you want it to do, I get that, guys. but I'm not looking at my losses when I know I can re-enter. If I can re-enter with the same money or a little bit of money that I have, then I can make better decisions. So it's now 8 o'clock. I do want to see what the market is going to do, guys. But my special announcement once I go back to GJ is that August 1st, guys, for all you that have been following me, August 1st, guys, I'm going to open up a community for a month time frame, right? So just for the month of August, guys, I'm going to be taking individuals, helping them pretty much tackle this market free of charge. There will be conditions because once I push this out, I'm sure people are going to be like, yo, man, hey, man, I'm trying to. So I can only take 20 to 25 people. There will be conditions that need to be met, guys. I will push out this information on my IG. So you guys that don't follow me real quick. You can follow me on both my IGs, which is. So my personal IG is at the Digital Goat. I mean, that's pretty much my business and personal, more personal, right? Look at GJ, right? And then Digital Goats, right? Digital Goats is our clothing apparel / community, guys. So as we start growing within the Digital Goats, within the other IG of Digital Goats, you guys will start being posted there. So I only start with the first 20. We'll work our way from there, guys. Understand nothing's guaranteed within this market, but I think having this skill set as an asset, and it won't take you forever to learn. It depends on you, guys. There's a lot of information, and to get to my level, yes, you will need to put in some time, but at the same time, because I understand it a little bit different, guys, I can make it to where it's easier to understand as long as you're willing to put in the work. If you're not putting in the work, I can't make you understand this, guys. But again, just stay on the lookout. Just watch my IG, guys, while you can. I'll keep giving hints and I'll give instructions on what you guys need to do for it. And then we'll go from there, guys. And what my hopes is that this gets into the community where every household starts doing foreign exchange, not just because of me, or starts trading, not just because of me, but because it makes sense, guys. It makes sense to have this as your arsenal. The wealthy have been using this the entire time, guys. The rich and wealthy have been using this against us. The banks have been using this against us. We need to know how to do it, because I'm really tired of hearing a person bitch about how expensive shit is, and we have an opportunity to capitalize. Yes, it is a risk, guys. I'm going to make it clear that this is a risk, but I used to be in United States Army. Don't tell me about risk when you have people that have risked the highest caliber that you can risk in your life, which is your life. You know what I'm saying? So sacrificing a little bit of money to make a whole new transformation for yourself, guys, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the wish, and I think it's worth the risk. And I won't put you in me personally, I'm not going to put anybody in a bad position to just straight up lose money. This is not about just making money. It's about getting the education where it can put us ahead of the economy, where we can make better decisions within the economy. You see what I'm saying, guys? You see what I'm saying? So I hope you guys found that valuable. Check out on that trade. So if you look right here, it hasn't broken out of that. I was just, excited for that initial. I haven't jumped in GJ, so I'm still waiting to see what 8 o'clock is going to bring. If this thing is just retesting down here, remember, we do have a position that price good. And if you guys see that, man, I could probably buy from right here, then do that, guys. But me, I'm gonna wait for my entry. I hope you guys clocked that, which means that you took the picture, or you're going to watch this later on and get your parameters. The parameters are over here, guys, as far as like the prices. Let me make sure. Where is this at? Oh, that was something else. But yeah, that's my IG, guys. If you want to follow me on Facebook as well. Or you can do Digital Goats, guys. I have a Digital Goats business page on Facebook as well. Same thing, guys. But appreciate you guys for your time, man. I hope y'all can use this information to make a decisive decision within the market, guys, and just make some money today. So, I hope you guys found that valuable, man. And I look forward to seeing you goats later, man. But please check my IG. Please subscribe. Please tell me, guys, what you want to see, things like that. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you can stay up to date on all my content, guys, and just enjoy watching it, man, because it's just free information. So see you guys at the top, because we're taking everybody to the top with us. Thank you again.